Good morning, sixth graders. It is Tuesday, and we are going to jump right into our next lesson. We are on lesson 5. I'm going to read through our material, and then I'm going to show you a YouTube video that kind of puts all these words into video form. So you will be familiar with the words and the idea, and then you'll be able to see it in the video form to make a little bit more sense of it, okay? So as you remember, last week we learned a lot about how important water quality is and how we can test it and why we test it. This week we're kind of learning about, as you can see, we're learning about nutrients as contaminants, okay? And we're going to see how different things make the water quality less desirable for us, okay? And how does it get contaminated? And as I say, icky. Okay. Lesson 5, nutrients as contaminants. Grandma took Jaden to another fishing spot outside of town. They didn't catch any trout at that location either. Remember, they're trying to fish for some fish, for some, they're looking for a specific fish and they just can't seem to find it. The area was very different than Boomtown because it was less wooded and had a lot of farmland. There were miles of crops, chicken yards, and cows standing around. Jaden could not imagine that the farm could have anything to do with the poor water quality. So somehow we're going to be learning today that a large farm is affecting the water quality near that farm where they're trying to fish right currently, and also how it's affecting the water by Boomtown. Somehow the farm is creating poor water quality and lessening the aquatic life. Like we learned about that there were no frogs. We learned that there were not many fish because they're trying to fish and they're not having any success. Okay. So we'll figure out how that's happening. All organisms need water and certain substances called nutrients to grow and stay healthy. Nutrients are chemicals that an organism takes from its environment to use as a source of energy or as building blocks for growth. To help growing plants, mixtures rich in plant nutrients called fertilizers are often added to soil. The increased use of fertilizers over the years has increased crop yields that feed our growing population. Large farmers like this photo have a lot of land and produce food that they sell to, for example, grocery stores. So that's what it means. We use fertilizers very often. We have for over the years for a very, very long period of time to feed all the people. Fertilize readily dissolve in water. When the force of gravity causes water to seep down through the soil treated with fertilizers, the water dissolves excess fertilizer and carries it to where this water is stored underground. Groundwater is found underground in spaces and cracks in the earth. Gravity also causes water to flow downhill on the ground surface. Excess rainfall, melted snow, or irrigation water that flows across the ground surface is called runoff. Runoff can pick up substances like fertilizers from the air or the land as water moves. Runoff flows downward until it joins water in streams, lakes, and oceans. Excess plant nutrients in water, such as dissolved oxygen, can cause harm to the environment. Nutrients in water are a type of contaminant, which is any physical, chemical, or biological substance in water. Drinking water usually contains at least small amounts of some contaminants. Once a certain level is reached in water supply, however, contaminants can negatively affect water. All right, we are going to now, I'll end this video and we're going to watch a short YouTube video that shows just how nutrients can end up contaminating our water supply.